Hi, my name is Pavel. I play Dean Holden in the upcoming film The Waiting Room, or EGGS in Purgatory.
What was the audition process for the waiting room like for you? Did the script stick out to you more than the others that you read that day?
Yeah, so I remember when we were doing the auditions, we were auditioning for like 10 plays at once because this is back when I was still going to be a play. And I remember the character of Dean Holden specifically stuck out to me because of the description you gave him. You were like oddball, kind of pretentious, and I was like, all right, interesting character. So I definitely wanted to read for him, and at first you didn't have me read for him, so I was thinking about saying something, but I was being a bit shy about it. And at the very last minute you called me and you're like, can you read for him? And I was like very happy that that happened.
When we decided to adapt the waiting room into a short film, what was your first reaction?
I think originally I was kind of bummed, I'm not gonna lie, because I really wanted to do it on stage, and I was also a bit anxious because I've never done film before. But after a while, like once we started getting into the process, it felt like a lot more smoother and I got a lot more comfortable, and it also was like just a lot of fun. So
How did you prepare to get into the character of Dean Holden?
I definitely had to rewatch Heather's a few times. That's who the character is inspired off, or at least part of. So that was part of my inspiration, like doing kind of like not a Christian Slater impression, but like an inspiration, I guess. And I was also very interested in like the backstory work that we did. I know we sat down with Lila and we talked a bit about our characters. Dean Holden's more of this like edgy, sort of like very angry, angsty type of boy, and I definitely think that like fits the entire tone of the play, and I definitely liked it a lot.
Was there anything about the script or your performance of it that was surprising to you?
I think the one thing that I still find surprising is just how many like references there are and stuff. I mean, it wasn't just like, Heathers or Beetlejuice. There's also like a lot of like literature references. You mentioned like Sartre's play. You also mentioned Lolita as well, which was something I didn't catch at first until I like read an excerpt of it like a few weeks ago. So, but yeah, it's just like I feel like you threw so many in there that I just like I keep discovering new ones, and I that's part of the fun of it, I guess. Like when you watch the film, like seeing how many you can find.
Is there any scene in the waiting room that defines the film for you?
I mean, you're gonna see it when you watch it, but I think the ending is particularly interesting because it gets like a lot more abstract and also a lot more sinister in comparison to the rest of it. The interactions between the characters focus more on like Maya's like sort of relationship with her parents, so that is definitely something to watch out for.
What did you enjoy about performing on camera that differs from performing on stage?
One of the things that I very much so enjoyed in terms of film acting is just the fact that you get to take your time with it. I feel like in general I'm a more slower person, so I very much so like taking my time, and you get to like perfect the shot the way that you want it to be. You get to like take it multiple times. You also don't have to memorize your lines as much, so that's very nice.
What did you find most challenging about this process?
I guess on top of the filming and like the different style with it, it is like a lot slower of a process where I'm like more used to like stage acting where it's like always like fast, quick, like in and out. And for film, like, like the very last day of filming, we like stayed for like 8 hours on a Wednesday. And I mean, it was very fun, but this was only a 15-minute play, and we were also still doing like 8-hour shooting sessions. So that is sometimes a challenge. And one thing to do with film acting is, I guess, just take care of yourself and make sure, you stay hydrated, well fed.
So in the waiting room, we say hell is other people. What is hell to you?
That is a good question. I mean, I think I would agree. Hell is other people. In some circumstance. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the film. It is very good. You don't want to miss it.